Well, good afternoon, Ms. Charlotte Holton, President of the Arts Together Board of Directors. Welcome.
Thanks, Cherrelyn.
This is a first conversation that we're having kind of as just kind of a connection to community, and I'm glad you took a few minutes out of your day to meet with me and just to kind of talk. You have become the new president of the Arts Together Board of Directors officially July 1st. So congratulations and welcome to that leadership role. As the Executive Director of Arts Together, it's my pleasure to work with you. Even though you're new to the president title, you have been involved with the organization for a long time. Will you tell us about your experience with Arts Together?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to introduce myself. I am a dancer at Arts Together and also a member of the Rainbow Dance Company. And my two kids over the years have attended Arts Together camps and after-school programs. So I feel like I've been very fortunate to experience Arts Together programs at so many different levels.
Awesome.
And I have been on the board now for 6 years.
Wow.
And I was vice president with Andrea Osborne, our former board president, for 4 years. So in terms of the transition, it was pretty nice that we had a great working relationship, and she, as always, was super helpful in doing whatever she could do to make that a smooth transition.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you again for your service. As a volunteer organization, it means the world to us to have amazing people in the community who know our programs inside out and able to bring that leadership to the board and step into that role. So we appreciate this. This hasn't been an easy time to take on leadership in an organization. We're in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. What has that meant for your leadership and the organization in as terms of our direction and how we've had to make some pivots? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I will say first, has made me so proud of our teachers and staff at being able to adapt and pivot. And it just shows that if you throw a challenge to creative people, they will make a way. And I knew everyone had it in them, but to see it come out is just amazing. So I really feel so proud of our organization. And as far as the challenges, we had been in a strategic planning mindset for the last really year and a half. And we were fortunate to have a couple of times where we got the staff and board together, and that was really energizing, and to find that everyone was kind of on a similar page and excited about the future and talking about what did we want for Arts Together in 5 to 10 years. And certainly COVID has thrown us a curveball where we've had to, instead of looking years out, we're looking weeks out.
Yep.
But, I think we're finding ways to adapt. And again, I think we'll come out stronger in the end.
Absolutely. I would have to echo your comments about this staff. One of the things I recall, I've now been here just a little over a year, and one of the things I heard during the interview process was the magic of Arts Together. I'm like, what is this magic stuff? And I have learned about the magic of Arts Together, and it truly lies in an amazing staff. It's a small team, but they're mighty, they're brilliant, they're adaptive, resilient. Through all of this experience, it's absolutely been amazing. And I would say I've also learned about the magic of the Arts Together community. When COVID first hit, we were like, we don't even know if we could keep our doors open. Financially, we rely on tuition and fees mostly to carry us through. And we had to go back to the community and say, hey, will you turn that into a donation for us? Or will you make a donation to help us keep our staff employed? And the community really stepped up to help us through the early part of that transition. It bought us some time, right? It bought us some time to kind of come up with some additional ways to keep the organization moving and flowing. Do you want to speak to that a little bit about kind of the board's role in that and just kind of directionally what we're thinking? Because we're still in COVID. It hasn't gone away.
Absolutely. I have to compliment my fellow board members too for rising to the new challenge. We Previously, for many years, had met as a full board 6 times a year, and last spring we shifted to once a week.
Yep.
So it was just a very different approach and level of involvement, and everyone really answered the call.
Amazing.
We've shifted back from once a week now, but have created several board committees as a way that we can deep dive on particular topics and then bring that back to share at our full board meetings. And just everyone stepping up where they're needed has made a world of difference.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, as we've created these committees, we've talked about needing expertise in other areas. We have a great board, they bring a great skill set, but we also know that there's some gaps, and we're also thinking about burnout. Where are other places where we can involve other people?
Absolutely. I know you and I had talked about one of the things to come out of this conversation is we're hoping that our community hears that we really want to hear from you. We
Yes.
really want, if you have expertise you want to share, if you have an idea or just an interest in being more involved, we want to find a place for you. At the board level, we've got these committees. We have 3 main committees. One is finance, one is facilities, and one is advancement. And advancement is really, how do we further Arts Together's mission? How do we keep doing what we're doing? How can we do it better? How can we reach out into the community to find new partners and collaborators for ways that we can all navigate these challenges? As far as fundraising, it's not so much calling up people and asking for money, but taking a big step back and saying, how are we doing in terms of telling our story? How could we do this better? So that is a place where we certainly want feedback, want ideas, are hoping some good discussions happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we put that out there to say, hey, Arts Together community, we need your help. And so at so many levels, if you're interested in helping out with some of that long-term strategic thinking and visioning, the board committees are a great place to plug in without a long-term commitment per se, but some real strategic work. And then we have other volunteer opportunities as well, where we're always trying to plug in volunteers into even our virtual preschool program now. We're looking for guest artists to come in and read stories to our kids or to play an instrument, to share a skill set. And then just, behind the scenes stuff, that nitty gritty stuff, our teachers are hauling and throwing away stuff. We can always use some hands on the ground to help us do cleanup days and put together art packets and those type of things as well. So we have volunteer opportunities for all ages. And I would just say all are welcome. We'll figure out how to get you plugged in to support those needs, and we thank you, because we are. I think sometimes people forget we're a nonprofit organization that relies on volunteers' time and financial support to keep us moving.
Absolutely.
I don't want to keep this conversation going too long, but are there some other thoughts that you may want to leave on the table for this first round of interviews? This is fun to me, so I would love to do this again with you at some point in time, but are there other thoughts you want to leave as we close up today?
I guess I would just share some perspective looking at our organization and how certainly COVID has been such a challenge to us, but at the same time, I feel like I have a new appreciation of our diversified approach. There's so many different ways that we can live into our mission.
Yes.
It might be 6 weeks outdoors. It might be 1 hour a day virtually, all different ages, all different partners within the community. So while it's challenging, it's invigorating too, because there's so many possibilities.
Yes.
I do worry about our staff working so hard. So are there ways that all of us in the community can support them?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, for sure. And as we get more information out to the community, there are so many things going on this fall. It's going to be amazing. Rainbow Dance Company, you all are going to be doing outside performances in smaller increments, smaller groups to keep up with all the protocols and all of that good stuff. Outdoor dancing in, like you said, online classes and shorter sessions is kind of what's featured this fall. So encourage people to check out what we're offering and be a part of it. Thank you for your time today, and let's do this again soon, okay? Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Aaron. Bye.